Now don't just stand there weeping, crying all alone. Baby, I am closer than your telephone. Now don't just stand there weeping, wipe your eyes. We're getting ready to see the glory of God. We're getting ready to fly. Yeah. Mary, 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 if you'd only believe me. You gotta believe. Mary, 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 if you'd only receive me. You gotta receive. Mary, 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 if you'd only believe me. You gotta believe. Mary, 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 if you'd only receive me. You gotta receive. Now didn't I do it for Daniel in the lion's den? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the fire couldn't even burn them. Couldn't even burn them. Now didn't I do it for Moses when he parted the Red Sea?
Even with faith as a mustard seed, you will never give in to this can't be. You will never give in to, oh, it didn't happen for me. You will never, ever give in to going to somebody, because the ability to do it is on the inside of you too, as a chosen child of light. You would not have been chosen to where you cannot hang out with the world. You only have to wind up returning right back here. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, in my presence, privately with me, as I continue to teach you and grow you in your light of insight energy, to where now supernatural things are coming out of you according to the way I called you to be. If I called you to sing, I called you to preach, I called you to teach, whatever the case may be. I called you to do poetry, I called, whatever the case may be. You are recreated for my divine glory. You cannot hang out with them and become one of them and be happy and content like, yeah, we about to party, thank you Jesus. You can't. I don't care how much you try. You would not have been called into this private place with me. The Spirit of the Lord is saying that's the secret place of the Most High with me. If you weren't able to do these things I'm able to do, and greater works you will do too. And that's how my sheep know my voice and will not follow another, and understand that it's not about sister or brother or a father or mother. It's about the deity, the light of insight that's on the inside of you that becomes renewed because you keep listening to the light of insight that's on the inside of me. The skin you see, but not the light being that's coming through, that's inward inside of the being, the flesh that you see, but it's all around all of us omnipotently. That means powerfully, omnipresently. That means some people have, it's like being in a university, they have graduated to whatever it is that they're called to do in their legion or their time period or in the state that they're in. Then you have my children over here that's doing it according to what I told them to do in their timing, or what I called them to do. And some people he need to scribe so that people can get the full understanding of why these people over here are doing miracles and deliverances and stuff like this. Whatever the case may be, all of the children of light are assigned to something that has to do with me. Saith the Lord God Almighty, Holy Spiritually. The family of light beings, that's why you see these lights flashing all around here. And they begin to cheer, when you get it clear, because now we have removed the spirit of fear. And the more spirit of fear that is removed, the more you be able to see us for who we are. Jesus, he is us. We are family, the intelligent light beings that natural eyes cannot see. We shine brightly. We are the truth, the life, and the way. There's only one light, one love, one word, one say. That's me, God Almighty. I am the light energy. I am the light family. We are the family of light. You are the family of light too. It's not about the skin that you see, but it's the light that's on the inside of you. That's your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is as long as you keep allowing the light, the return of the fullness of who I am. My name is my presence that you cannot see, but only the heart of purity can see me. Only the heart of purity can see me. Because it's the energy of the love that's on the inside of you, sweetie, that remembers the energy of the love that's on the inside of me, that's giving the answers to you, that's like illuminating the light on the inside of you. So as you continue to stay with me, walk with me, and talk with me in the cool of the day, hearing everything that I have to say, the fire on the inside of you will grow stronger and stronger every day too. It'll grow stronger. But it is not even a matter of even, because I'm telling you, the day before yesterday, I'm having this big illumination of filling up whole notebooks. I'm like, dang, I'm sitting here all this time and the writing is just going. And then yesterday, and I just knew from the day before yesterday, it's like you come alive and it's like everything is illuminated and you hear clear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say. And then the next day, I'm like, dang, I'm deader than a donut. Like, wow, my eyes are burning and I didn't get no sleep. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had to really struggle to break out of it. The person God is using is just as human as the person that he's using, talking to the people that's listening to the. It's not a matter of the fact that I've been in his presence for years and years and years and years, much longer than you, even before you were born too, because even this illuminated day, the next day I'm like, phew, total, I go back in comatose state and can't remember nothing that I say. And I'm like, okay, until I can get back into the light. Like even when Abraham Hicks, whatever she talk about, and she's always explaining to the people, you got to get back into the vortex. They get so upset. I don't know, I'm out of the vortex. I just get so upset because I can't get back in the vortex. That's what this is. It's the same thing, but it's not called a vortex. God have to break down that vortex and all that kind of stuff. But it's the same thing. You, by faith of saying, I got to get back into your presence, God, have to get back into his presence as a child of light, because to give too much power to this outward flesh that you're in, the comatose state of sin. Sin is a comatose state of your memory that I am a divine spirit able to hear from God easily. We are one, and when you see me, you see the Father too. And now all of the clarity comes out easy as 1, 2, 3 about your breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. But it's something that you have to get used to, because you're not giving more power to the comatose state of sin that we're in, of the skin that we're in. That's why don't give more power to the skin that you're in more than you need. The light of insight of Jesus is one with us, Christ. We are light beings. We are all light beings. We are all the Christ. Crystal, light beings seeing. You got to return back to the memory that I am a light being seeing. You have to return back to the memory that I see just like Jesus did. That's what he was trying to teach me. And then like men kept on trying to worship him, and he got so mad. He said, stop worshiping me. Get away from me. The only miracle you're going to get is what you see in the belly of the whale. He was talking to people who should have known how they're able to do these works and greater works too, because they had spent time with him. But the people who really need him, like the sick, they didn't have the time. They probably was on that plot or that place that they stayed, and they didn't get to hear the word. They didn't get to go to church. They didn't get or whatever it was. They didn't get to spend time in their word. Whatever it is, how certain families would be able to learn about Jesus. They read their little scrolls back in the day and all that kind of stuff. There are some people who just didn't have that chance. So Jesus would give them an instantaneous miracle. And then those who if they died and they were part of the family of the disciples and people who spent time with and all that kind of stuff, and he taught them about resurrection, and yes, they would get a miracle. But the most important thing is, God said, in all you're getting to get understanding, what's important is that you understand me. In other words, you really want to be with me, not because what I got, but because it's me. Do you love me, or do you just love what I got or what I can do for you? The same way in a real love relationship, sweetie. This is what he's saying. How would you like it? Somebody just love you for, again, your behind, or your hair, or your eyes, or something you can do, or the money that you have, or something you can do for them. It's the same exact thing. This is what God is saying. And so this is how God feels when we look for, which again, my natural mind before didn't understand. Why would you get upset? Because I want to see miracles. I even call I want to see miracles. I believed it. But when you're so close to me, God is saying you're supposed to be developing your ability to perform miracles, sweetie. You're supposed to be developing your ability to understand why a miracle would even come through. You're supposed to be developing the clear understanding of why I would even allow a miracle to be done, not for you, through you, by you. That was deep. That was so important. Then when you start performing miracles, your own self, without faith, you cannot please God. Because when you are part of me, just like a regular natural family, when you are part of me as a child of light, you're supposed to be able to do what I do. I got to explain it to you. You got to get your clarity like being in school. You got to understand how a miracle is done. You got to understand how a miracle even comes forth. You got to understand why a miracle even comes to be. Because why? You're going to be able to do it just like me. This is what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So the more that you're spending time with me, the more that you're learning with me, the more that you're churning and burning with me, you're stirring up your gift inwardly into outwardly, Timothy, the more you're understanding why miracles even ever come to be. But if I just give you a miracle, then you don't have your understanding. You just focusing on the miracle. But the Spirit of the Lord is saying, I'm giving you your clarity. I'm giving you your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of me. I'm giving you your ability to create, to perform miracles too, sweetie, with faith as a mustard seed. If anyone say you to this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou casted into the sea, it shall be removed. The miracle, you are the miracle. You're the miracle walking. You're the miracle talking. You are me. I am you. This is what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. If I was standing here, and let's say I'm a writer, right? If I am performing miracles and God wants people to get the clarity, I'll be all overwhelmed by, can you do a miracle? Can you do a miracle? Can you do a miracle? And God is saying, I told you to allow these words to come through so they can receive their understanding as to why they're seeing what they see. That's why he does things in a divine order, purposefully. So the miracle won't come before the understanding, but the understanding will come before the miracle. And even Creflo will always say, you just keep on calling things that be not as they are. That's how he called the whole dome into existence. You keep calling those things that be not as they are. Then here comes the dome when he was first in the school. But first the understanding, first you believing me comes first. Then all these other things begin to come forth in the earth. And then at another level, when it's time to perform miracles and stuff like that, you spend time with me to get your clarity, to understand what a miracle is, sweetie, and how it's coming through you, and even how it begins to manifest instantaneously. And instantaneously means the quicker that you stay in a steadfasted mind of, I believe this eternal mindedly, I don't care what I do or do not see. That's how you begin to perform instantaneous miracles, easy as 1, 2, 3. Because your mind is made up, steadfasted, unsifted, unchanged, unrearranged. I don't care what no one says around you. I don't care what kind of energy, because energy, Jesus had to put people out of the room, because even Jesus is the presence of this energy in skin. He's the Father, returned home again. That means returned home in the presence of skin to its fullest degree. The same thing that's taking place right now, God says, in this time and age between you and me. But energy does affect energy. And so sometimes he had to move people out of the room because energy is affecting the energy of his belief. He already knows what the Father has been pouring in his private time. That's why he goes in prayer with the Father. He's in private time with the Father. He already knows. But the energy in the room is affecting the ability for the person to be healed or the person to be resurrected from the dead, because you cannot mix energies. Energy is everything. Deep. Clear the energy out, not just the people. It's all the people, and then all of their thoughts. Maybe it could happen, maybe it might not happen. Oh my God. And one person could have millions of thoughts, because everybody has millions of thoughts. You're not just clearing one person out of the room or two people out of the room. You're clearing legions and legions and legions of thoughts out the room, because thoughts are energy. Thoughts are our real reality. That's how Jesus could appear and disappear, because he was in the body of glory. Mary, if you only believe, you'll see my glory. Only believe, Mary. Everyone who has a humble heart of Mary will only believe and see God's glory. And they will be glorified too. And greater works they will do. So important. Because you live in according to not what you see ever again. That's the sin. And sin is not your friend. You're living according to what I'm saying to you. He who and she who has an ear to hear, let that ear hear, and don't you never near another day fear. Don't you ever give any more power to malice and strife, the presence of fear, anything negative. I'm the good God. I am the deity of love from heaven above, where there is no fear in the garden here. The garden of your consciousness that you return back to, as I keep on just pouring this remembrance into you. The energy, the thoughts that are coming from the heavenly family that's all around you right now, even as we speak. There's legions of us, but then I'm just one light of many. Jesus reappeared as Jesus when he returned from the grave, and Mary saw him Because Mary was literally looking, expecting, where you at, Jesus? And so she was the first to see him reappear energetically in whatever form he chose to be. He could reappear in whatever form he chose to be, because he's divine energy, and he could allow the holes in his energy body to be there. Now, okay, Thomas, here to intrigue Thomas, put your fingers in the holes of my hand if you want to believe. But Jesus could have very well, the energy, he could say, now hands heal, and his hands would be no holes in it. He had to manifest holes, keep the holes manifested in his glorified body in order for Thomas to believe. Therefore, Thomas was deceived because he believed more in what his natural eyes could see. Jesus' real appearance is not the very skin that Thomas needed to see. Jesus' real appearance is the hearing ear that hears right now, immediately. And without that kind of faith, it's impossible to please me.
Because that means Thomas didn't really love God, because he didn't really know God, because he didn't really trust
Say
God.
it again. Say it out loud and say it proud.
Because Thomas didn't really love God, because Thomas didn't really know God. Therefore, Thomas didn't really trust God.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
We're getting ready to see the glory of God. We're getting ready to fly. Yeah. Mary, 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 if you'd only believe me. You gotta believe. Mary, 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 if you'd only receive me. You gotta receive. Mary, 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 if you'd only believe me. You gotta believe. Mary, 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 if you'd only receive me. You gotta receive. Now didn't I do it for Daniel in the lion's den? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.